We formed 3.5 years ago.
Me and Callum were just like throwing ideas back and forth, and we put two words together from our like Buddhism book, from like religious and moral education. So we had two words which we can't remember what they are, but we put them together and made Ayakara. Max claims that Max basically stole someone else's joke and claims that it's true, but it's not true.
I thought, I thought that I came up with that, but I'm pretty sure that I didn't come up with it. But what Alex said, that me and him sort of came up with it, and then there was like a joke that I stubbed my toe in front of my little brother, and I was going to say something else, but I went Ayakara, and that's how it came about. And I think that's a funnier story. I think that's the one that we should use, even though it's not, might not be true.
How we got together, I can't remember how we got together. Just started practicing, I guess. I met Johnny the first time when I never even knew him. I think he had a broken arm or something, so he was playing with a cast.
Before I knew Jonesy from a very young age. I played rugby with him all the way through high school, and he asked me if I wanted to come and jam with these boys, and I said yes, and it took off from there.
I met Felix when I was like around one. It was a nursery, and then we ran up to each other in the park, and then our mums met, and we've been together ever since, basically.
I wanted to start a band from like, first thing, Lucas, my little brother, he got a guitar when he was like 7 years old because he loved Elvis, and when I saw him playing guitar or pretending to play guitar, I wanted to copy that, so I stole his guitar and made him play drums, and we had like an Elvis cover band when we were like 7 years old. Then my dad showed us Jimi Hendrix, School of Rock, and from then just wanted to make music.
I was always into my music in school, and the opportunity presented itself to join this band. I'd had a few projects before then with some other people, but they didn't really work out. With Ayakara, we really clicked like straight from the off, like on a musical level and on like a friend level.
I think we sort of were jamming, and we went to tea in the park, so we decided that we thought we could all do it better. Well, that was my thinking of it when I came back from tea. I thought we could do it better than them. So.
How far did you fall? You better wake up soon. Don't miss your wake up call. What words lie behind your teeth in the morning to greet? How sweet is the tree not see you too? What words lie behind your teeth in the morning to greet? How sweet is the tree not see you too? Not see you too, not see you too.
So Johnny, where are we off to today?
We're off to Perth to make rock and roll history. It'll be in the book.
The venue was called the Green Rooms. It was quite a cosy wee place. Had a wee fire, a real fire, loads of dogs in it. I think it was a few students from Perth Uni or something like that. They were doing it as their course, so they had to promote the gig and obviously set it up and that. So it was through them.
The gig in Perth was amazing. It was it was a new experience. We'd never played the venue before, and that's always exciting. We did our thing. The crowd got a good reaction from it, and we just had a great time.
It's always good playing somewhere new, and I think we were good, but we weren't in the zone as much as we could have been. When you're in the zone, you're 3 times better. even though it's like the same songs and the same people, there's just something more magical was in there. But Perth was still good, and like afterwards, everyone came up to us and was cheesing because they hadn't seen us at our best, so for them that was the best. So, I mean, everyone had a class time, so happy with that.
I used to get like a weird thing. I used to always be drunk the night before a gig, and used to always come in hungover and dying. I don't think I really like that now. I don't really think of it in that sort of sense. I don't get as nervous as I used to. I don't think any of us do. I think when you've got the belief that, I think when you've heard the band how good it can be, you're never really not confident because you know that that can come out and it will come out in certain songs. It's just the time limit between playing live affects it.
The first time I saw Ayakara live was in Cabval in Edinburgh.
Like, they're feeding off everyone's feedback, like everyone in the crowd, they're just wanting everyone to enjoy it and join in, and they're a lot more confident now, so it's great to see that as well.
You can sort of see where they've got their influence from, sort of I'd say bands like sort of like the Stone Roses and stuff. They've sort of created their own style in a way.
They've all got very different ways of thinking in terms of how they make their music, and I think, like, I feel like they try to work together really well, but they also work sometimes better in pairs, so they'll go off together and work individually and then they'll bring it all back together, and I think that's brilliant. I think that's a really good way of doing it because you're getting everyone's input and it seems to just work really well.
I've been to see them a few times now and the atmosphere is always great, and they have so much energy as a band, so I think when you watch them being so energetic you just want to get involved, and like, yeah, everyone just goes pretty crazy for them.
Max, what were you saying about being the best?
Well, everyone has got their own opinion of what the best thing is. Like, you just love the Beatles.
Right.
I really like the Beatles.
We were
but
just
I don't
saying-
think they were the best.
We were just saying
Right.
music's subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was very
Slow focus.
Music is subjective.
That's insightful, Johnny. Tell me more, please.
I will. Music is subjective, so there will be someone out there that think right now we're the best band in the world.
It's like Alex said, it's kind of tough when you're writing and something's not going the way that you thought it would. But usually when you write as a team and you sort of have the song and you say this is what we're doing, copy, it usually goes down fine.
It's rewarding. It's always hard work because you've got to like try and create songs that people. Well, you got to try and really express yourself. I mean, there's no point writing a song which doesn't have some like truth in it, and so we're always pushing ourselves like to write better and better music.
You're leaving something out there for someone else to pick up and take it into their own life, so you want to give a reason for them to pay attention to it, because if you just have music, I mean, it's all well and good, but when you give them a proper reason and a proper feeling behind something that you've put down and let them take it on as the same sort of thing, or even a different type of thing, it could be completely different the way that their vibe is about it. So yeah, no, it's a wee bit like putting something down really personal for someone else to hear and then take it on in their own way. But it's rewarding nonetheless because you're getting yourself out there in a way that most people will never be able to do.
We can make quite a good profit with some of our Edinburgh gigs. We make a decent amount, and it's normally upwards of about 200 per gig, but obviously that goes towards venue hire, expenses, travel, booking the other bands, paying everyone. So we're not making enough to be self-sustainable, but obviously that comes in time for sure.
I mean, so far all the money gets invested right back in the bands, so we spend on recording, we spend it on vans to get to, like, if we have to hire a van to get to a gig, that costs a fuckload of money. Spend the money on practice. I mean, we spend so much money on practice, like, it's ridiculous. But obviously it's worth it because it's fun.
The nights that we put on ourselves are much more profitable. Usually much more enjoyable as well, because we're in control of everything. And there's no middleman to obviously tell us what to do.
First tour was it was pretty brilliant. Got to play in front of like a fuckload of new people. Got to actually experience what it's like to be a touring band, even though we only had gigs like 7 days out of like 30 days in a month.
We always try and push to not just selling it to our friends and the fans that we already have. We always try and find new audiences, so the tour was like an amazing way to do that.
Just playing in front of new people, that's what gives me the buzz, because then you know that you're actually doing something right, instead of the same person that you already know likes you saying that they like you on another occasion. It doesn't really do much, but when you get a new person's perspective on it, it's, yeah, that's what I like best about it.
The fact that we didn't know anyone down there and we felt like foreigners, and the fact that we didn't have to impress anybody, so there was no pressure of that. So I think we enjoyed ourselves a lot more because of that, and performed a lot better.
We did it for the crowd, you know what I mean? Like, we write the music for them, and if they dig it, then that's the ultimate rush. Like, the ultimate rush for me is seeing people sing your songs back to you when you're on stage. It's a feeling that you can't compare to anything else.
Bands where it's at, I think it's going to go high and mighty, and I've no doubt on it, because of the relationship of everyone that I have in the band and the way that it works musically. And the way that we come together through music is just amazing, and performance-wise we just do everything right.
We want to be fucking perfect, we want to be up there. If I could, I would make everyone join a band, because the experiences you have with these people, I don't know.
That's the thing that we've learned, is like with songwriting, with booking gigs, with everything, if you do something, the least that will happen is you learn from it. The most that will happen is that you can get something amazing out of it, and in this case I got a band, which was unbelievable.
If you believe in stuff like fate, like I personally have never thought that I would have met Felix in that park, ran up to him in that park when I was like 1.5, and we would have been like hit it off. I mean, who even knows what they're doing at 1, and how do you stay in contact? So I've known him for 2 decades now, which is more than most grown-up friends, and I don't think there's any other reason than it is to probably have one of us kill each other, but also make great music.
We're all doing what we love, and it's like some of it feels like work sometimes, but most of the time it's just like you're just hanging out with your best mates making music, and it's actually taken us somewhere in life, which is just absolutely amazing.
Let the melody soothe